it's just special.
I know he's on the other side of the ball, but what does Trevor Etienne brought to the team?
Yeah, Trevor, he's special. He really is, man. You know, playing against him at Florida, you know what kind of athlete he is, you know what kind of guy he is, but just having him in the locker room, having him on the team, I mean, it just brings something out of you that we didn't have before, so it's a blessing.
What do you think of the matchup against Texas and going up against Quinn Ewers and a Steve Sarkisian offense?
Right. I mean, I'm excited. You know, they got a really good team. They're heading into the SEC, so I mean, it's going to be really exciting. They're a really good team on our schedule. We got a bunch of good teams on our schedule. There's one of them, but we want to focus on Clemson right now and then just take it day by day, game by game.
What do you think about going to Austin, Texas?
I'm excited. I ain't never been to Austin, Texas. You know, I'm excited to get out there and just compete at the highest level with some of the highest players. So.
You mentioned the deal you had with Roback. You had the Powerade deal, I think it was last year. How do you and your personality handle, I guess, balance the fame, for lack of a better word, with keeping things focused on the field?
Yeah, I think it really is a blessing. And, you know, it truly is. You know, I try not to get caught up in it too much. You know, because when I came to college, this wasn't even a thing. And I just want to keep the main thing, which is, you know, keep my head down, work, and be able to have an opportunity to get to the league one day. That's the main thing, and I'll let all other stuff just plays out how it plays out.
You mentioned kind of being a leader for the younger guys. What are the biggest lessons that you've been trying to teach Ellis or KJ on the field and both how to handle things off the field?
Really just being where your feet are at, you know, because, you know, college is a huge shock, especially when you first get here, especially at the University of Georgia. We do things a little differently. So just when you first get here, just trying to stay where your feet are at and just do the right things, and get around the crowd that you want to be like.
Malachi, what's your relationship like with Sammy Brown? Have you talked to him since he's been at Clemson?
Yeah, we've talked a couple times. You know, Sammy's a really good kid, great athlete, and I'm excited to see what he does on his career.
What about two Jefferson guys going head-to-head on the field here in
Yeah,
Atlanta?
I mean, I'm excited for sure. You know, I'm very competitive, so I don't want him to get the best of me. So we're gonna see where it goes.
Okay, how does going against a guy like Carson Beck every day in practice make you better?
Yeah, me and Carson joke around, you know, because I'm what he is to offense on defense, in a sense. So just, you know, just to have a guy like him on the other side of the ball and go at it every day. We go at it every day, you know, 7-on-7, walkthroughs, whatever the case may be. We're very competitive. So just to have a guy like him make me better and make him better every day, I mean, it's special.
It's kind of a weird question, but when Kirby Smart is recruiting you and he walks into your house, like what kind of gravity does he carry, like as a figure and some wrestling?
Just I want to say intense, but like in a good way. You know, like you get the sense of like he just wants to bring the best out of you. And I think that's why a bunch of guys choose to play for him. I think that's why I chose to play for him. You know, and his staff, because they just want to bring the best out of you and be able to help you be the best that you can be.
What's Trevor Etienne going to bring? Trevor Etienne, what's he bringing to this offense?
Energy. You know, the things that he brings, the way that he goes about his business, the way that he moves. You know, very, very well put together guy, very great athlete. So just the energy that he brings from the locker room or on the team, I mean, it's amazing.
What about physical traits? I mean, I covered him at Florida a couple years. I mean, his acceleration kind of blew me away.
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy because he can be here and then be there, you know, in a second. So just to watch him, you know, being out this spring, just watching him, you know, learn the offense, you know, and just be able to still be who he is. I mean, it's just incredible.
What's he going to give the offense in terms of a home run threat and all that?
I think it's just another threat you add to the offense. You know, we got a lot of threats on offense, but you know, you just add him. And you're adding multiple threats that we didn't have before.
Malachi, one of your former teammates in Xavier Sawyer Jr. now at Arkansas. What can you say about him as a person and as a player?
Yeah, man. Sawyer, he's special for sure. You know, so Sawyer's one of my good guys, and just to watch him as a player, you know, he's a great athlete, and the things that he can do, there's no limit on it. And you know, Sawyer as a person, he's awesome. He's the type of person you want to be around in the locker room, and the type of person you want to follow when you first get here. So I wish nothing but the best, and I'm excited to see what he does.
You mentioned that you're kind of the Carson Beck of the defense. One, how do you try to approach that role on the field? And two, kind of like you said earlier, is it weird that you're that guy everybody looks to now?
Yeah, I really just kind of take it as in like just trying to be who I am, be the best I can be, you know. And I want to be able to do what I can do to take the pressure off of others, and I think everybody does on defense, which is why we mesh so well. But it is kind of crazy, you know, because I feel like I just got here and, you know, you dream of it, but you never really realize that you might be here one day. And the fact that I am it's truly a blessing. But I'm excited and trying to do the best that I can.
How hard is it to avoid the targeting penalties these days, and what do y'all do to kind of prepare and discuss that?
Yeah, I mean, it's tricky, you know, because they're adding rules, and it's like a gray area at some point. But you know, they educate us very well about it. They bring refs in. We watch NFL tape, we watch college tape, and we talk about it every day. So they're really doing their best job to educate us about it.
What is
Malachi, Kirby mentioned you and Michael's excitement for the NCAA game.
Mm-hmm.
Just have you gotten your hands on it, and what are your first impressions?
No, we haven't. He brought his game up here, and he couldn't connect it to the Wi-Fi. So we're gonna play it when we get back home. But I'm excited though. I really am.
Think your rating's too high, too low, just right?
No, I think it's just right. I saw my strength was at like a 72 though. I got a question about that. I don't know what that's about. But it's cool.
Malachi, who would you say is the best athlete in the SEC who's not on Georgia?
That's tough. That's really tough because the SEC is filled with great athletes. I mean, it really is. I was reading something the other day, and just because it popped up in my head, I can't remember his name. Guy in South Carolina. He's about to be a sophomore.
Nick Harbor.
Yes. Man, freak athlete. He's fast, can jump. You know, and just I say young, but like, you know, just him being able to do that at such a young age stage in his career. I mean, it's crazy.
What's Travaris Robinson brought to the defensive staff?
T-Rob, the energy, man, it's just different, you know, and, you know, I think a lot of people were kind of interested to see how that change was going to be with him and Muschamp. But, you know, he was with Muschamp for a long time, and, you know, it's funny because they're like the same person. They say the same thing. They move the same way, but, you know, the different type of energy that he brings. You know, I think guys follow him because they know what he wants, and, you know, I think everybody's just excited.
Malachi, how do you think this defense continues to reinvent itself? Every year you guys got players going to the league, but you guys come back and you guys seem to be even stronger. How does that keep happening?
Right. I think it's just the recruiting process, and I think it's the process that people buy into. You know, I like to say that we don't rebuild, we reload. We got a lot of talent and a bunch of guys who want to be a part of something great, and I think that's where it starts.
Your last 2 years, you guys have been to the defending national champions, and this year you're not entering that season. How is your mindset, if at all, different, and how do you balance not being a national champion?
Yeah, I think the thing is we don't talk about it, we win them, and I think that's just like the biggest thing for us right now. It's just keeping our head down and keeping the standard. I think the goal is every year is to raise the standard above what it was, and I think that's just the goal.